Hey everyone, this is Joanne coming to you live from New York. I'm also known as #UnicornBoss. So as you are jumping online tonight, make sure you go ahead and hit me up with some unicorn emojis because those are my jam. If you're grabbing me live, go ahead and leave me a number 1. And if you're catching me on the replay, go ahead and leave me a number 2. So tonight, you guys, I'm excited. We're finally getting back to do a keto kitchen tonight, and I've got a really great, quick and easy recipe to share with you all. This is going to be great for families. This is going to fit all kinds of you that are looking for fun and easy, quick keto ideas. So super excited to cook with you guys tonight. I see a few of you guys starting to pop on. Make sure you say hi and let me know where you're coming in from. And if you enjoy my page and you love this space, make sure you go ahead and share this out to your favorite keto groups or to your friends and family. So let me say hi to a few people as you guys are jumping on. Hey Rose, hi Dawn, hi Patricia, hey Andrew, welcome. So we're gonna be doing a quick and easy keto casserole tonight. Hi Lisa, thanks for joining. So real quick, if you're grabbing me live, go ahead and leave me a number 1, and if you're catching me on the replay, go ahead and leave me a number 2. If you're a brand new friend, go ahead and comment new below so that way I can circle back around and connect with you. And if we're not friends yet, don't forget to go ahead and send me a friend request and hit follow. I think you'll really enjoy the space here. We talk about all kinds of fun things, and we definitely talk about the keto lifestyle. And if you're keto, go ahead and comment keto and let me know how long you guys have been on the journey. So hey Dawn, hi Andrew, awesome, hey Tara. So let's go ahead and get started. So it's been a little bit since I've done a keto kitchen. Sorry about that, you guys. I had a very busy week this week, but we did lots of keto talk, so hopefully you enjoyed it. So for tonight's keto recipe, we're gonna be doing a beef ricotta casserole. So who out there loves ricotta? If you do, go ahead and leave me some cheese emojis below, or go ahead and comment cheese. I'm definitely excited to try this one. This is kind of like a spin-off of what reminds me of the cheeseburger casserole. So if you guys are keto and you haven't made a cheeseburger casserole yet, make sure you do that because it's super delicious. So this is kind of like more of an Italian spin-off, so I'm really excited to try it. Hey Mariah, thanks for joining. So let me go over the macros with you real quick for this casserole here. It's got 287 calories, so nice and low. By the way, this is supposed to serve 6, and 14 grams of total fat. So I love the fat in this recipe. As you guys know, if you're keto, it takes fat to burn fat. So we've talked about this a lot this week. I've gone over macros and everything, but if you're not eating enough fat, you're probably gonna be stalled and not lose your weight. So 14 grams of fat, 31 grams of total protein, so super high on the protein scale, which is great, and then only 8 grams of total carbs. So nice, healthy keto recipe. Hey, Julita, thanks for joining. Hi, Patricia. So ricotta is a cheese. It's an Italian cheese. I actually have it right here, so let me show you what it looks like. So if you guys are used to having raviolis or manicotti or lasagna, that kind of fluffy, delicious, milky cheese that's usually stuffed in all of the Italian goodies, that's what ricotta is. So I'm excited to try this in a keto-friendly recipe because, you know, I definitely miss my ravioli. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started. So let me go over the ingredients with you guys real quick. I've kind of got everything prepped here, hopefully. Yes, I love ricotta too, so this is gonna be good. Hopefully you guys, I'm excited. So I haven't made this recipe yet. That's kind of my jam, that's what I do here. I'm big on let's learn together and see how quick and easy keto is. And then when we're done, I'll make sure I always do a live taste test. So I've got a pound of grass-fed beef here. The recipe actually calls for 1/2 cup of fresh mozzarella, but I've got a cup here because I always like to err on having more cheese. It's gonna need some sauce, and I'll go over the sauce when we get closer to that point of the recipe. I've got some sliced mushroom here. So I've got some sliced mushrooms, some garlic, some oregano, parmesan, and rosemary. And then the recipe actually calls for some balsamic vinegar, just a little bit. I actually don't have any balsamic, so we're gonna do a red wine vinegar. We're just gonna try it out and sub something different. So, hey Matt, thanks for joining. Hi Sherry. Okay, so we're gonna start by the way, I have my oven preheating to 375, and we're gonna start with browning the beef. And once it's brown, we're gonna add our mushrooms, onion, and garlic and saute for just a few more moments here. So let me go ahead and get started with that. I've got a few tablespoons of olive oil in here. I usually prefer to cook with coconut oil, but literally, I am out, you guys. Can you believe this? This is a travesty. Look at my coconut oil. I have like just enough for my, that's it. I have just enough for my bulletproof coffee in the morning, so I'm holding on to this. So normally I wouldn't cook with olive oil. I tend to like to use olive oil on my salads and things like that that are nice and fresh, but you know, you got to do what you got to do. So, hey Edna, thanks for joining. Hi Crystal. Thanks for the love on the shirt, Andrew. Yeah, I'm a huge gamer, so I know I've got a ton of video game friends on here, so if you're playing any video games right now, feel free to let me know which ones you are playing. I'm playing Kirby and Bayonetta still. It takes me forever to beat games because I don't get that often to play. I don't get to play that often, so I'm just waiting for this to heat up a little bit, and then I'm going to go ahead and put my meat in here. And I know this doesn't look like a pound. It's a very unique packaging, but it definitely is. Let's see if I can get it in here. Okay. All right, perfect. So while I'm waiting for my skillet to heat up here, why don't you guys go ahead and let me know how your day is going. Happy Thursday, everyone. We're almost to the end of the work week, so it's almost Friday. You guys, we've almost made it. I know I am anxious for the weekend to get some time off to chill out and refill my cup and relax a little bit. So if you guys have any plans for the weekend, go ahead and share them below. What's everybody gonna be up to? Yeah, Matt's playing God of War, which is a great game. I haven't played the newest one yet, but I loved all the old God of War games in the series. Really, really good. Patricia's going swimming. Awesome, girl. Are you going in the ocean? Like, are you going to a beach, or do you have your own pool? I'm actually very blessed because my apartment complex has a pool, a very beautiful, gorgeous pool, and it's actually got salt water in it. So when I go swimming, it feels so fresh. It feels like I'm almost at the beach. I really, really love it. Sherry is going gardening, or is going to be gardening. Nice. 6 days to Florida. Edna, girl, I am so jealous. Have a great trip. I'm super excited for you. Heading to the beach, Julita. That is awesome. The beach is one of my favorite places in the whole wide world. It's funny, I'm an Aries, so I'm a fire sign, so if you want to feel free to go ahead and comment and let me know what sign you are. I'm a fire sign, but I love the water. I don't know, I feel like I'm like I must have like a rising water sign or something. I've got a Virgo moon, so that's where all of my struggle with perfectionism comes from. But yeah, I'm earth and fire, so I don't know why I'm so obsessed with the water, but my soul just sings when I go down to the beach. I definitely have to live down by the ocean one day. That's the dream. Hashtag dream big. We do a lot of dream big here. So Sagittarius, Taurus, loving it. So this weekend I'm actually going to a place called High Falls. It's in New York. It's like we're gonna have to hike up there supposedly. It's in the woods, and I love being in the woods. I just love being outdoors. I love communing with nature. So you have to hike up there to get there, and there's a bunch of waterfalls, and you can swim out there and go under the falls and everything. So I've never been there. I'm really excited to go. So if there are any of my local friends watching and you have been there and you have any tips for me about the location, feel free to go ahead and share that here with me. So, hey Caitlin, thanks for joining. So I'm just waiting for this to go ahead and brown up, you guys. And then we'll get on with the next step. This is kind of the boring part, but I didn't want to skip over it because if I did this ahead of time, then there's not much to talk about. So, by the way, if you have any keto questions for me, feel free to go ahead and hit me up in the comments here. I'm always happy to help answer any questions that you guys may have. By the way, for you guys, if anybody missed it, I did I think came out pretty good, a pretty amazing macro video this week. Probably the most often question that I get is people want help with their macros. So if you need help with your macros, go back and check out that macro video. I think it was pretty cool. It got a lot of comments. So still going to do keto for the 6 days. Good for you, Edna. I'm proud of you. Personally, when I go on vacation, I usually take a break from keto. I just find that helps keep my life in balance. So I really admire if you're going to stick with it. That is awesome. All right, we're almost fully brown here, just a few more moments. So while I'm waiting, what did everybody have for dinner tonight? If you feel like sharing and you had a keto dinner, feel free to share and comment with the rest of us. All right, this is looking pretty good. I'm so glad that you can relate, Deborah. That's awesome. You're a fire and you're into water too. That is so, so cool. Rose says she's fasting. How long have you been fasting, sister? Is it for the full day? Are you intermittent fasting? Grilled shrimp and salad. That sounds delicious. Burger with mushrooms and Swiss mayo and ketchup. Awesome. Hopefully it's a keto-friendly ketchup, Julita. You have to be careful. Sometimes a lot of ketchup has sugar in it. Cloud bread, pepperoni, and avocado. I totally have the avocado over here for my snack tonight, by the way. So if this doesn't fill me up, I'm totally having some avocado. You could probably, I picked this specifically because it did have ricotta, but if you're wanting to do a casserole like this, who said that? Sorry, it went really quickly. Gloria. Go to my videos page and look through my albums, and I have a cheeseburger casserole recipe. It's to die for. It's really, really good. So if you don't want to do the ricotta, I would just switch over and do that recipe instead. Zucchini boats. I love zucchini. That is one of my favorite recipes. I actually have a live video where I made zucchini boats as well. Okay, perfect. So we're nice and brown here, and I've got like a little bit of a gravy, which is pretty cool. So now we're gonna add in our mushrooms, onion, and garlic and saute for about 2 to 3 minutes until the mushrooms are soft. So let me put these bad boys in there. I don't know if I should do all of them. We'll see how it looks. Here's my onion. By the way, for the onion, it's 8 ounces, and it says 1/4 of a red onion. I didn't have a red onion, so I just did a small white onion, just a little bit. And then for the garlic, we need how much? 2 cloves of garlic. So I've got the already pre-minced one. But if you used fresh garlic, of course, that would be best. I forget what the conversion is on this for a clove. It doesn't really say. So I'm gonna do like a teaspoon. It's probably enough. There we go. It smells amazing in here, you guys. So Rose is fasting from 12 noon until tomorrow 8 a.m. Wow, that's a long time. Good for you. I typically intermittent fast, so normally I try not to eat past like 9 or 10 o'clock. I know I'm cooking now, so I'll fast from like 10 o'clock until noon, typically. And that feels really great for me. It feels really natural, especially when I get up and I have my bulletproof coffee. The fats really sustain me for the day. Now, for those of you that are strict keto, anytime you have a fat, it technically breaks your fast. So if you have bulletproof coffee, it's technically not a fast. It really just depends on how strict you want to be with your fasting. I've heard people count it either way. Personally, for me, because I'm not eating, I just go through. I count it as fasting, so. 1 teaspoon is a clove of garlic. So technically I could have put 2 of those bad boys in here then, but we'll see how it does. Thanks for sharing, by the way. I'm like literally one of those people that like it has to tell me exactly what to do, otherwise I struggle. How does anybody else like that in the kitchen? How long does the jar last in the fridge? Good question. I don't know, we usually go through it so quickly I don't have to worry about it. Let me see if it says on here. says refrigerate after opening and use by the date on the top of the I don't know, I would say probably about a month. I'll have to look it up for you. I really have no idea. We usually, this is the Gigundo jar. We usually get the small jars and we go through them pretty quickly, so I usually don't have to worry about it spoiling or anything like that. I would just kind of go off of smell. Oh my gosh, this smells divine. It almost smells like a Salisbury steak with the mushroom and the onion and the garlic and everything. It smells really, really good. I'm glad that you're just like me. Well, I don't know if I'm glad. I don't know if that's a good thing. Hopefully it is. But yeah, I'm very literal in the kitchen. Like, I need to know exactly what to do because I am not that confident. That's one of the reasons why I do this with you guys, is because I really actually don't like to cook. I love to eat. That's why I got fat. But I show you guys this because, you know, when I first started keto, I was super overwhelmed and I was just like, I can't do this. And you know, I just saw so many perfect people out there who are like experts in the kitchen and whipping up all these crazy things. So I like to show you guys that, you know, even if you struggle, you can do quick and easy, and it's really not that hard. So, okay, we've got that all set up. Let's see what the next thing is. So we're going to saute and then add the tomato sauce and the vinegar and simmer on low for 5 minutes. So let me turn this down just a little bit. So I need 1 cup of tomato sauce. Where's Bean? Actually, I have no idea. He's pouting because he wants me to take him outside. So he is huffing and puffing at me. Okay. All right, 1 cup of tomato sauce. And then, now this is the point where you're supposed to add some balsamic vinegar. I don't have any, so I'm just gonna do a little red wine vinegar. I figured that would be good. And it's only a tablespoon, so not that much. All right, so I'm just gonna set my timer for 5 minutes. Make sure this is on low, and we're just gonna let this simmer for a few minutes here. Yes, so I actually was going to circle back around and go over the sauce. I kind of just wanted to get it in the pan here so that way we could keep simmering away. So yes, let me go over the sauce. Thank you so much for reminding me. So every time I cook with sauce, I always talk about the importance of making sure you're getting a keto-friendly sauce. It's super important. I picked up probably 10 or 15 different bottles of sauce tonight before I found one that was keto-friendly. So what you're looking for, and you can also use Hunt's. I used to have one here just so I could kind of show you guys at a quick glance. But in like the in just the cans, the plain Hunt's puree, that's basically just tomatoes. So you can also use that as well. This is a nice, like maybe teeny tiny bit upgrade from the Hunt's. It says original recipe, no salt added. This happens to be by Rinaldi. There's another really great one that is made by Barilla, I think. And I talked about it on one of my videos recently, but I could not find that one, and that one was delicious. It's one of my favorites. So this one here, it's a very good sauce. It's just got tomato puree with paste, extra virgin olive oil, onions, spices, lemon juice, and some cheese in here, and that is it. So there is no added sugar in here. So the sugars that are on here are coming naturally from just the tomatoes themselves. So super, super important. A lot of the sauces that I was picking up had 12 grams or more of sugar. So, and that was because they're adding additional sugar into the sauce to help cut the acidity. I mean, that's why I used to do it before I was keto. So yeah, that's a really nice option because it's got a little bit of extra spices and things in there to kind of jazz it up, but it's still keto friendly. So this is looking pretty good. It smells delicious. So we've got about 2 more minutes and then we're gonna start assembling the casserole. I promise you we're almost done. So we're getting to the really good parts here. So I'll kind of go over the next steps with you while we're waiting as this is going through here. Thanks for all the love, you guys. If you're enjoying the recipe, go ahead and leave me some hearts below. So let's see here. So next step, once this is done sauteing here, we're going to add this mixture to our casserole dish, and then we're going to basically start making the cheese sauce. So in a separate bowl, we're going to take our 3 cheeses, oregano and rosemary, and mix it all together. So we've got a nice little cheese mixture, and then we're just going to top it to the top of the casserole, and that's it. Then we're going to bake it. So really easy peasy, right, you guys? Super, super quick and easy. That's all I do here because I am not an expert in the kitchen. So let me see here how long I cook it for. It says to cook it for 30 minutes until hot and bubbly. So all right. Says to cook it for another minute, but you know, it's looking pretty good here, you guys, and I don't want it to get too dry. So let me go ahead and show you what it looks like. What do you think? Whew. Really delicious. I can smell like that nice hot steam is coming out. It smells fantastic. Okay. So I've got my casserole dish. Let's see if we can make a little bit of room and load this baby up. Okay. That is really, really hot. I'm sorry, you guys. I have very little space here, so this part is always really a struggle. Thanks for all the hearts, you guys. I appreciate the love. Okay, let me go ahead and get this in the casserole dish. And there goes our timer, so perfect timing. Let's see here. Okay. So I was worried that this casserole dish would be too small, but it's actually looking just fine. It fills this one up very nicely. So it recommends, I think, a 6-quart casserole dish. Let me see here. I have no idea what size my dish is, so to be honest with you. Oh, 2 quarts. 2-quart casserole dish if you have one. Okay, so there we go. I've got that in there ready to go. And now we're going to start to assemble the cheese mixture. So I'm just going to move this out of the way for a quick second. So let's go ahead and get our cheese going. Aren't those good dishes? I think they're from the Pioneer Woman or something like that. She's got really cute dishes. So, okay, starting the cheese mixture. So if you're excited about the cheese, go ahead and give me some cheese emojis below, you guys. So we're gonna do the 3 cheeses and just mix them. So we've got, supposed to be a 1/2 cup of fresh mozzarella, and then a tablespoon of grated parmesan, and 15 ounces of ricotta cheese. So I specifically bought the ricotta that was already in a 15-ounce jar, so that way I wouldn't have to go through the trouble of measuring it and figuring out how much 15 ounces is. And yes, I am one of those people. So let me just go ahead and open this up and put this bad boy in here. came straight out. Very nice. Okay, so I'm gonna do like, I think I'm just gonna do all of it. Technically you only needed half of this, you guys, but I like cheese, so whatever, we are gonna go with it. And then we're supposed to have a tablespoon, no wait, is it a tablespoon? Tablespoon of grated Parmesan. So let me see if I can pop this out. Thanks for all the cheese emojis. I love it, you guys. You guys are so good. Everybody always has such great participation. I really appreciate that. There's nothing worse than standing here and not have anybody comment or talk back. It's like the worst. So I love you guys for it. Thank you. There we go. A little extra dash just for some love. Okay, so I've got the cheeses, and now we need 2 teaspoons of oregano and rosemary. So let's go ahead and grab that. I'm going to start with 1 because it's always, you can always add more, but sometimes recovering from too much spices can be a very, very bad thing. So I'm gonna start with 1 of each and see what it looks like. Of all of the keto recipes so far, which one is my favorite? Oh gosh, it's really hard. I've got a few. I'll tell you like my top 3. Would that work? I really loved the zucchini boats. Those are, actually no, I probably one of my all-time favorites is the zucchini noodles. So I did a zoodle recipe the other day, so if you go back you can grab that. Really love the zoodles. And then my second favorite is probably the cheeseburger casserole. And also the crustless taco pie is super delicious too. That's one of Matt's favorites. He actually really loves that one. So if he's on, he can share about what he thought about that recipe. So looks like we do need a little bit more. That's awfully white in there, but I just like to make sure. So I'm gonna add a little bit more spice now. So now I've got the 2 teaspoons of both of those in this sauce mixture, or in this cheese mixture. This looks so yummy. I feel like I'm making ravioli or something. I've never like combined ricotta like this before. So there you go. Looks really delicious, right? Sherry loves the zoodles. They're so good. Hey, Suzanne, welcome. Yeah, Cindy, the taco bake. The taco bake is to die for. And Andrew, macaroni and cheese is actually my all-time favorite food. So now I just make it with cauliflower instead, and I still get to enjoy it. Okay. So now we are going to top our casserole with this delicious ricotta topping here. And then we're gonna bake it, and it's gonna be all melty and cheesy and delicious. Really excited. Make sure I get all of the delicious cheese out of here. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let me just spread this out and then we will be good to go. So what do you guys think? Do you think this is something that you could definitely give it a whirl one night? I couldn't believe how easy that is. I mean, it's almost as easy as Hamburger Helper, which is not keto, but I'm just saying, you know, back in my days when I was lazy and I, you know, would do that to cook, practically the same, except for you're just doing it all yourself. There we go, you guys, that is it. It's a wrap. So what do you think? Really excited. And you could actually see the mozzarella in here. I'm sure it's probably hard to grab on camera, but if you wanted to even do a fine sprinkling of some mozzarella on top, you definitely could. So thank you all so much for joining me tonight. I'm really excited to taste this with you all. If you make this recipe, feel free to share a photo and then tag me on it in Facebook. I love it when you guys do that so much. It's not that hard, Suzanne, so if you want to go back and catch the beginning with the replay, but basically we just sauteed the meat. We added some mushrooms, some garlic, a little vinegar, and once it was ready, we basically assembled it. So quick and easy, didn't take that long. So thank you all so much for joining me tonight. If you enjoyed the video and you learned some keto things, make sure you go ahead and share this out. And if we're not friends yet, go ahead and send me a friend request. So thanks, you guys. Take care. I'll be back tomorrow to talk with you again soon. Bye-bye.